Hello and welcome to the Mix Air Rap Podcast. I'm your host, DJ B Wise. This is a podcast where we talk about hip hop from boom bap to trap. We at it again, people. We hope everybody's summer is going well. You know, I got my man Kev in the building, the backpack underground legend with all the info on the underground scene. You know me as the DJ. I get out there in these streets. I'm the house DJ. I'm the I'm the cookout DJ, you name it, we got it. So we coming at y'all today with some real love with our stream and no stream, and we're going with Megan Thee Stallion's project, Megan, and we're also going to do stream or no stream for our boy Lupe Fiasco and his new project, Samurai. And then we're going to end it off with our talking hip hop. We're going to check out how things have been going in hip hop in 2024 since we're at the halfway point. All right. Let's holler at our boy Kev. See how he feeling tonight. Kev, how you feeling?
Oh, fantastic, man. So excited, to be back and hopefully we can give the people something they want.
Appreciate you on that. You see how I pulled the mic out so you can really get that bass in your ear. Um, Definitely got to show some love with our banners so we can let everybody know where we are. Um, you can check us out on all social medias. And then don't forget to like and subscribe. So let's jump straight into it, Kev. Let's get into Megan Thee Stallion and her project Megan. I'm gonna let you go first because I know you have a much better outlook on this album than I do, and we like to give the people the best we can give them. We're trying to get you guys to have a real curation of what sounds your what music you're bringing into your ether. You know, we're trying to give you that good vibe. So Kev, take it away, man.
I think it was it's somewhat different. I think some of the early reviews I saw was talking about it was more about the beef and Megan is not a beef rapper or a battle rapper. She's more of what people think of as a twerk rapper or you know party music. Something you can play in the clubs and dance to or play at a party. um so for so many people to really focus on what she may or may not have said about Nicki Minaj, I think it was, I don't know, I think it was kind of disappointing. um Not to say it was a bad album, but I just think that people's I guess review or perception of what they heard, um I guess took away from the whole thing to me. Not to say that, not to really say that people just are wrong in their opinions, but she gave a lot on this album. Um but I just, I think it took too long. I think it took too long. I think she should have, it should have dropped 3 months ago. Um the time frame for just sitting, I think hurt it. I think it hurt it a lot because in January she dropped two big singles. Granted they was diss records, but that's when you was hot and you should have dropped the album then, and then you could have had your fans learning the new songs for when they come out on this tour to see you and support you. They're singing the new songs. But but overall, I don't think it was really as bad as some people have labeled it.
Well, Kev, I really appreciate you being the elder statesman for the day because a man of a certain age like myself, I had a lot of problems with it. Don't get me wrong, I've been loving Megan for such a long time. I just thought outside of the diss songs, she, like you said, she really needed, her record company did her disservice. So they should have dropped this a lot sooner. I get that the Drake and Kendrick K Dot's beef got in the way, but this should have been out much sooner. There was little redeeming quality for this project, man. I mean, outside of the features, and there was, the three features I gotta mention. The Big Crit, that was a great feature. I love the way Victoria Monet did her thing on that track. She was on Spin, and then Paper Together. I love that they listed it as UGK, but we know that's Bun B, and it's always good to hear Bun B, and it's nice to get a nod for Fort Arthur, Texas, and that's a real nice shine for the state of Texas. Outside of that, I was not a fan of the Yucky Chiba that was on that one that was on the Mamushi, and then the Glorilla track. I know that that's probably going to be the one for the summer. Either that one or BOA. I get it. I get it. All of her songs have charted. Take that with a grain of salt in this day and time, guys. You know that you cannot trust numbers. Okay, there's no reason that all 18 of these tracks should have charted. The album is definitely not that rocking. It's not. It's not. It's got the slap maybe on two or three tracks, and that's about it. Um, it's just, I think her record company is guiding her in such a direction that I don't know if there's any comeback from this. You know, she's so highly skilled. This Aggie rap and this twerking rap, at some point, is going to die out. She's had enough time to do all of this stuff. She could have been Aggie on just the cuts that she did, dissing Nikki. At that point, move on to something else. I even like her when she's doing braggadocious rap, and she could brag more on her money than on her. It seemed like she was on this album was trying to really. It feels like the record company said you got to go more like Sexy Red, ride that wave, and and done it. What you
That's
think, Ken?
different.
What you
That's
think?
different. That's different.
It felt that way late in the album to me, like she was really. I'm like, is this a Sexy Red song?
Yeah, I can agree. I think it was a lot of twerk type records towards the end. A lot of stuff did feel familiar to me also. It just felt like, I don't know. It was just like, I was like, three songs had passed and it just felt like one long song. Um I mean, I just don't know. It's so hard to say because like one of the things that's been coming up on my timeline lately is so many I guess I don't want to say journalists, but those who review music have been saying where's the balance, right?
Yeah,
And just like you mentioned, Sexy Red is like uh is the main person people put their focus or blame on when they say what's wrong with the music. um I just think that, part of me feels like Sexy Red is getting um unnecessary attention, negative attention. And I say that because when she does interviews, she seems like she got some sense when she does her interviews, as opposed to her music that's kind of she has some ignorant songs, she has some ratchet songs, but I mean, Sexy Red is like the new anthem queen now, man. If you need an anthem, you go to Sexy. And that was Megan's spot. So I don't know if um they told Megan to follow Sexy because Sexy followed Meg, and Sexy's is like, as far as the music goes, Sexy is elevating higher. but Sexy's not at that point where she can sell out the arenas that Meg is selling out. You know what I mean? Um, it's different though. I think it is very different. Just to say, what was her mind state going into it? Um, what audience was she trying to do this album for? Um, I mean, and just overall, what I'm saying, what anticipation were you trying to get from this album? Because the point, I mean, I think that point you just made, that braggadocious where she talks big stuff. Uh I'm better than you, or I
I'd
could
love to
compete.
hear her talk about her money.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah,
I'm selling all you chicks because I got this. I got all the dough.
yeah. She's excellent doing that. And I don't really think we got any of that on this album. Normally she'll throw like at least 5 songs like that on the album. And I think we maybe got one, maybe two.
I think it's two, but very, very half-hearted did she do it.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
really heavy on the body stuff, like heavy on talking about her body. Crazy.
Right. Right. I mean, but it's just it's a confusing thing because like I said, so many people talking about the balance, and then there was a I saw this video just not too long, just earlier today, where this guy was like, "Man, so many people always talk about balance, balance, balance." He said it's BS, because if you really wanted balance, then Common would be a bigger star than he is, and Common record sales would be so great. And I'm sitting there like, I said, okay, someone's going to correct him on this point he just made, and no one corrected him. And I'm like, no one buys records. Artists haven't don't make money off records. Common can still go out here and perform and sell out shows and still put out music, is because the people do want the balance. The people do, they support him. They support his music. They support what he's doing, because they coming out to these shows. Like, the Roots just had 2 festivals, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast, and sold out both of them. So to say that, you know, it's weird though. It's weird, but I think one of the points we always make is, what the fans want from the artist, because the fans have to give the artist something to motivate them to do something different. And we have no idea what the fans want, because most people that say they want balance, they seem older. It has to be, what I'm saying, it has to be some younger people saying, give us a little bit more, or give us something different.
That couple conversations I've had recently with some younger people, they it depends on if you're a lazy listener or if you're a listener who wants the best out of what they're streaming. And the lazy listeners, I give, they're sheep. So they're the easy ones to grab up and just feed them anything. Whereas, there are younger listeners out there who do want more. So I'm excited to hear that, because I started this year off pretty depressed about where the state of hip hop was. And we're making a comeback. And I just want us to keep moving in that direction. I think that, like you said in the past, you can't have J. Cole dropping once every 2 years. You can't have K. Dot dropping once every 4 or 5 years. Hopefully, now that he's left TDE, he's going to give us something pretty frequently. We also need Rhapsody. We'll talk about that later. But again, all those people who give you balance, we need them to be more active. You just can't be sitting in the cut, allowing everybody to just run over you as far as how much content they're putting out. We're in a content era, so I get that your artistry is your artistry. Don't do a 20 albums, a 20 song album. Do a 10,
I
and we'll talk
disagree with
about
that
that
point.
one. Go ahead.
I disagree, and I say that because I think that it doesn't fall on the. I don't think it falls on the people that do the work. I think it falls on everybody. I think it falls on the other rappers in the game, and I think it falls on the fans. Um, it is. We talk about this all the time. It's just how we we don't own rap anymore. Rap is owned by corporate America pretty much, and uh and when our forefathers of rap, or and what I'm saying, those who architected who were the architects of hip hop, who were the creators of the sound of rap, they had a formula, they had a format, because they knew um what the image could be perceived to the general public, to the masses. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
in our neighborhoods, we know what's up, and we know how to look at it, we know how to view it. But those outside our neighborhoods, it can be stereotypical,
yeah,
um yeah, I mean, I've said on the show before, I think Meg Thee Stallion had so many opportunities to sprinkle, what I'm saying, bits and pieces of positivity. Like, what was the song? What was this day? She did a song. It was one of these, it was a ratchet ass song she did, but she talked about graduating from college. And I'm like, why would you put this achievement on a on this ratchet ass song? Why not make a song about graduating college? Why not make, or make I think she either opened a nursing school or she donated money to some nursing school.
she
Something
donated.
she did, huh?
She donated.
Yeah. Let people know you did that. Make it public knowledge. Like, knowing that didn't come from her. It came from another source, but it would have been more effective if it came from the source. So it's things that these men and women can't do. I think they can help promote a better outlook or more positive outlook. But if the artists don't want to do it, and the fans are not making a big issue out of it, um it can seem like a lazy thing, because it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, and it's but at the on the flip side, it's depressing to keep pointing out these negative things with these artists, or just the music as a whole. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, it can be so depressing, because you love it, you passionate about it, you want to see these artists be successful, but like I said, overall, what you're doing actually affects everybody. So I don't know. I really don't know at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Unfortunately, man, we're in a space where, and we'll get more into this as we talk about, get to our talk in the hip hop segment. I don't want to expand anymore because I'm gonna go on a tirade. I'm gonna lead a tirade for talking hip hop, but I'll jump out and do my stream or no stream first. Let me just start by saying the majority of this album has no redeeming qualities. If you like her diss tracks against Nicki, stream those. She's got a couple of visual, songs that are super hot to look at. Do your thing with that. But in general, this is just more of the same, and not even at the higher level that she's done stuff. She's done mixtapes that have been at a higher quality as far as her actual rap than this one. So for me, it's a no stream, and we'll kick it off and let Kev give his 2 cents. Kev, stream or no stream?
Ah, man, I hate to be indecisive. I'm gonna go in a different direction. I'm gonna say stream. Um, it's a typical Meg album. So if you like Meg's music, you'll like this album. Um, it falls in line with her music. So I like Meg. So I say stream it.
All right, I appreciate your again statesmanship on this one. So with that, we have brought the sounds back. I really wanted to give her a toilet flush, but we didn't. So we're just going to the game show fail. All right, we really appreciate Kev on that one, and